Could the secret to skyrocketing your healthcare venture lies in the strategic use of awards? This episode will peel back the curtain on how leveraging prestigious recognitions not only can boost your visibility, but also solidify your market position and trustworthiness in the healthcare sector.
Welcome to Provider's Edge, the podcast that helps healthcare entrepreneurs and innovators break down barriers and control their business, life, and future with valuable action steps. With me, your host, Sabrina Runbeck, a recovered clinician and a business deal catalyst. Let's rewrite the rules and create a positive social impact while increasing your profitability.
What are we discussing today is the way that all of us has the winner's drive in us. Now, how do you win in the society of constant competition in everyday life? From competing for your attention on social media while you're scrolling through everything, what's coming up next? And the new technology in healthcare, despite being the most gifted founder and solutions, some people never make to the marketplace. So how do you stand out when you already have somewhat of a market fit, have created certain success in your company? It's about applying to all the award-winning competitions. So for these awards, sometimes you don't even know they're happening. Sometimes you have no idea how to even go approach them. And that's why we wanted to discuss how do you leverage an impact award, especially a one focused on health tech or your specific industry, to help you level up who you are as an authority in the space, build trust, and create additional visibility. As you know, I'm Sabrina Runbeck, your host for Provider's Edge, and also the CEO of PostPoint Pass. Joining me was my two other co-founders, Chloe Kelsch. She is our CMO. Nice to have you on the show, Chloe. And Dr. Erin Bryant, who is our COO. Thank you, Dr. Bryant. And we are going to share with you, how did we come up with the concept of having 6 amazing winners for our annual Impact Awards, and what we have be able to create a manifestation of how to increase, elevate their individual success in our process. Chloe, so from your expertise in marketing, in branding, really putting the right message and the right image on the surface of the internet or word to word, how do you believe creating these type of impact award truly matters for our members who are going through the process?
Sure. I think the biggest thing for any brand, including health tech brands, is that you could have an amazing product. You could have absolutely amazing technology, but if you don't have the platform or the voice to convey what that product is or what that innovation is to the right audience, you are just sitting in a corner silently collecting dust. And, that's why so many times a lot of the best technology is passed over. They simply don't have the voice. And that whole saying of, the squeaky wheel gets the oil is a little bit correct here. And in that you could be a great entrepreneur, and you definitely need the help and the integration of a great marketing team or a great brand development team behind you to really put you on a platform, give you the platform, give you the voice, give you the messaging that you need to get out there into the world to let the world know that you exist and how you're helping them. So that is, I think, one of the biggest things that our awards offer health tech entrepreneurs, is that it's a platform and it's an announcement, almost a debut to the world of, hey, look at these great achievements And we as Pulse Point are celebrating these companies who've made a significant contribution across various categories in healthcare and health tech. And this is their debut to the world, and they get PR, they get to be on podcasts, they get to be featured in a lot of different outlets that traditionally they may not have access to. So that's one of the biggest, I think, impact things for these entrepreneurs and these awards.
Exactly, because we know PR actually is really costly, hiring a firm to even just simply pitch the idea. Now, as the show host of many different shows, I get multiple pitches a day. And when it's not truly aligned with these shows and their audience, it's no. And when you come together as a award winner, you already are being put on something that's higher than just normal people just trying to get on media for the heck of being in media. And as a group, that collective synergy of then going to these larger print press event, and they're looking at of something concrete. Also, I believe Dr. Bryant going to talk more into how we're evaluating these companies, or we're actually creating a business validation sector with different step by step. So it's not anybody who can just win a award, and it's not just, oh, you did a little pitch competition of 5 minutes and then that's the best one. No, we actually look into 12 different aspects of their business to make sure they do actually deserve the win that we provided for them. So Dr. Brian, explain a little bit more on that side, since you were the main driver on that evaluation process along with some of our other advisor board members.
Yeah, this was probably one of the most rewarding parts of my role, being able to look at the information that was provided by each of these participants, being able to identify things from why they evolved and how they evolved, the description of what they do, which is so rewarding. I mean, to hear the technical background, to understand why they choose to do this particular service, getting to know some of the CEOs. And part of that is also even to understand their financial performance. A lot of people go into businesses and they, have a great idea, but they can't bring it to fruition. So in this case, we're looking at people who have proven and demonstrated a performance that has actually provided some sort of return, because we have to make sure that the playing field is equal when you're trying to compete for something at that level. And that's what we wanted to reward. You're getting recognized for what you have achieved, in addition to just having an innovative idea. The different categories from our community involvement awards, things such as innovativeness. I mean, I could not be more proud of the people that won in 2023, my bad, because I'm already excited about 24 because 23 was so rewarding. It was like, I could not believe the people who applied and the things they have achieved, what they've done, what they built, and being able to identify those things was just absolutely impressive. So it was a challenge. I mean, that's why we had to have multiple people take a look at this and go through the process. Unfortunately, there are those who probably did not give us everything, or probably maybe even undercut themselves by not actually applying certain information. But again, when we looked at and evaluated, we had to make sure that the person that actually achieved that award and accomplished it and got the recognition from us, they did everything that was necessary to be in that position. So this is definitely a caliber level that is beyond just what they're delivering in service. This is something that looks in the details of all of our steps and delivered something that they deserve to be recognized for.
Exactly. It's about having individuals who dare to stand out. And us, I'm having individual conversation with them on our podcast shows, on recordings. We also seen that some of them were at the edge of, we haven't been putting words out. We've just been doing everything organic. We're ready for the world to know us. And this truly is a method very quickly disseminate their information, put them on the map, and we're giving them the stages that they so deserve to tell their stories to patients, caregivers, physicians, organizations, other tech companies out there that don't even know these solutions even exist. So Dr. Bryant mentioned we have the Pioneer Award, we have the Rising Star Award, we have the Innovation Award, we have the Engagement Award, we have the Community Award, and we have the Leadership Award. Chloe, tell us a little bit more about how come these 6 different categories are important, and how can people, after gaining award like ours, can then create a right strategy to further grow their credibility and trust with the community that they already have and the people that haven't got in touch with them. Do you know what is the true trust factor? In the health tech industry, trust is paramount. Awards serve as a testament to your product's value and reliability, significantly enhancing your venture's credibility. This external validation reassumes potential clients and partners of your commitment to excellence and innovation, setting you apart in a competitive marketplace. Hello, visionary healthcare entrepreneurs. If you haven't connected or it's been some time since our last conversation, I invite you to reach out to me on LinkedIn. Together, we'll discover ways to harness my resources to advance your healthcare venture. Now, back to the insights awaits in the second half of our show.
Sure. I think the types of awards that, and what we're celebrating in these companies and what we're recognizing them for speaks also towards our approach as Pulse Point Path, in that we take a fully integrated approach to business. We take a fully integrated approach to not only how it should be run internally, but externally. So we're looking at companies and brands that make impact in community, in financial growth, in marketing strategy, in technological innovation, in leadership excellence, and that includes culture. And then creating innovative initiatives and pioneering those. So those categories are speaking to our process and what we then are able to offer these, to your point, Sabrina, some brands they are excellent in one or more of these areas, but they either don't have the voice or they're missing a singular component and they need a little bit more push in a specific area to help really accelerate them and scale them to where they want to be and where they need to be to really make a worldwide impact. So I think, the work that Dr. Bryant has done, that you have done, where we really looked at the full scope of business and what what domains of business are most important to make an impact, and the companies we chose that have won these awards, what we are offering and what we're able to do from this point forward, outside of give them a platform, give them a voice, and be the loudspeaker for them, is we're able to offer them a fully integrated strategy moving forward for their business. And whether it's in their community engagement, whether it's in their financial growth or their compliance or marketing, branding, as it were, or if they need more operational help around technology, around their processes, around their leadership excellence, we're here at Pulse Point Path to be able to offer that strategy to them and help them see where their gaps may be in order to push them from where they are today to where they want to be and where, honestly, our community needs them to be. So their technology and their innovation can really be helpful to humanity and the people all over the world.
Exactly, because when we are building, when we're growing the need always is the rapid acceleration and rapid scaling. However, while we're working so hard in each steps, sometimes we're missing out on how are the people in leadership are truly collaborating and working toward the same goal, or we think we're working on the same goal, but technically we're standing on different mountaintops. So the perspective is different, and therefore your employer skill set is not the same. So one of the part for Postpoint was to look into how people are effectively working together. And also the side of what Chloe, you're mentioning is you don't know what you don't know. What you think that one problem is, most likely is this 3 and 4 other things causing this one problem is happening. And as a leader, as someone who are so entrenched and into the work itself, it's hard to decipher what these other things are causing the true root problem. And when we coming in and give people, especially the founders, a reality check by going through a awards process, they become someone who can realistically realize, oh, this is something else I really need to focus on. Now I can course correct much faster than thinking we will just wait around, right? Things will just resolve, or my team will eventually get to there. And not knowing sometimes we need to fix those problems much earlier so other sequential steps can take in place. That brought into the really expertise of what Dr. Bryant does in the operational side, especially share a little bit about your background, Dr. Bryant.
So interesting enough, I actually didn't start off with in the medical field. My foundation was started in project management, and I found myself doing a lot of consulting work with a lot of corporate 500s, Fortune 50s, etc. Somewhere in there, things transitioned where I had to find a niche. And I found myself in the medical area and working with a lot of hospitals and a lot of medical organizations. And that kind of evolved and then increased my passion in that field. So one day I just decided, I was getting my doctorate and I was in the middle of that. And one thing led to another. And somebody said, hey, you should go and get your MD. And I was like, oh, okay, maybe that is a good idea. So here I am. So I have this strong technical background where I created a lot of infrastructure, enterprise architecture, et cetera, and all these Fortune 500s and public sector governments. And then I go get an MD. But the thing is, being able to balance both of them actually worked to my favor. So this strong foundation in project management, but adding a layer of medical expertise and technology, it just gave me the skill sets to be able to pretty much walk into any health tech organization and kind of see things, see gaps. And as Chloe was mentioning, the efficiency of performance. So I think that's what I bring to the table. And one of the beauties about the Impact Awards is you see a little bit of that in all these different awardees and some of the things that they put into it. And again, some of them may not be clients of ours, but delivering what they do to the world is similar to what we're doing. And I hope that we can be able to reciprocate that.
Exactly. Finding those key executive level of a senior executive advisory is very difficult. And we know if you have to outsource to a firm, that's very costly. Typically, it's a time and a half of the salary of whoever you're recruiting. And it takes sometimes 6 months to a year to even find that person. And then you go through multiple rounds of interview. Instead, for us, we simply said, we understand recruitment, hiring the right people is so tough, and hiring the senior level of executive to give you the whole scope of detailed gap analysis and the strategy and plan is even tougher. So let's take that whole system out of your busy life. You should be focusing on making sure all your clients get the most out of your technology, whether it's the increase better patient access, better patient outcome, or improve clinicians' workflow in whatever capacity or the whole organizational workflow. And then we can simply deploy our 12 board members and very quickly go through the sequence of evaluation. You no longer have to guess, why am I stuck? Why the strategy I used a few months ago now is kind of like not going anywhere, or all of a sudden I got a big client. I don't know what to do anymore. We don't have the infrastructure to actually deploy. And that also tap into what Chloe needs to do. Give us a little bit of background about you. You have such a unique background as well. And then how is that really tie into what we're trying to achieve from that integration solution instead of many tech founders simply ask, hey, I need a board member have so many years experience, but technically they're not truly working on their business and they're just a title board member.
Yeah, I think I'm going to touch on something you said a few minutes ago that will pull in my background in my experience. One of the key things in always working with clients is asking the right questions. And I've worked in starting my career out in startup consulting, where I was more on Dr. Bryant's side and did more operational business consulting. And then, much like him, got into a niche of brand development, brand marketing. But I've had all sorts of clients across multiple industries, predominantly in healthcare and wellness. And one of the biggest things I always ask them is, when they come to me saying, everybody has an idea of what they need. And it's, I need an app for this, or I need this thing on a website, or I need this, particular marketing channel. And I always ask the question of why. And that is, you touched on it before, where entrepreneurs and, businesses, a C-suite will be on different mountaintops, having different perspectives and not moving. They think they're moving in an aligned vision, but not really moving in an aligned vision. And you get that silo effect. You get people feeling like they're on an island, or doing a bunch of activities, but in a disparate way, in a way that doesn't totally bring everything back into the same focus. And what happens when you do that is sometimes you might have people over in marketing going down a path that has nothing to do with the actual goals of today for the company. Vice versa. You might have people over in tech building these apps and developing these apps, but from an executive level, the company might have already taken a different turn. And then you're spinning your wheels and you're spending money in areas where you shouldn't. So I think one of the biggest things, especially in my past and experience, that I like to get to is a bit of a psychological approach. And I bring that degree and that hat in from neuropsychology, is getting to the root cause of the problem. And instead of looking at all the symptoms of what's going on and addressing those, I like to go a little bit deeper and say, what is the root cause of this? Let's, the symptoms are telling, but let's not treat the symptoms. Let's treat what's at the base, because that's how you accelerate business. And I think that's how the three of us very much align, is we're taking an approach of, let's look at all the major domains of business in a holistic way. Again, this fully integrated approach. Dr. Bryant, we have doctors, we have all of these minds who are coming in from a health standpoint. I always tell people the body doesn't act alone. The body is a very intricate, fully integrated system. And it's kind of funny to me that business isn't approached in the same way. And so that's one of the core things that we're doing. And I think it's a simple way to look at things, but it's almost so simple that everybody's missed it up to this point. And it's easy to miss because you get busy in business doing business. And I'll say this, another one of the, I think, great benefits, also, Sabrina, you said it earlier, that we allow for when we work with a client, is we allow brands and entrepreneurs to do what they're best at doing, to be able to have the time and the space to focus on what puts them in flow and what makes them really be great at what they do. So, a lot of entrepreneurs get wrapped up in operational things, and maybe that's not their thing, or marketing, because everybody goes, oh, well, we know we need this, but maybe that's not their thing. Maybe it's truly the innovation and the tech and the vision, or maybe it is the operations. But either way, I think entrepreneurs feel this overwhelming weight of having to do everything. And one of the awesome things that's a product of what we offer is the fact that we give those entrepreneurs back their time and their space to feel relaxed enough to do what they're best at doing and just focus on that, so they can keep creating awesome ideas and awesome innovations that will impact the health of the world.
Winning an award is just the beginning. The real magic lies in how you leverage this achievement in your market strategy. From press releases to social media campaign, awards can enhance your brand's narrative, showcasing your commitment to solve pressing healthcare challenges with innovative solutions. The Impact Awards extend beyond immediate visibility. They contribute to building a legacy of innovation and authority in the healthcare industry, fostering a brand that's synonymous with excellence and forward thinking. Is it time for your company to step into the spotlight? Check if you're a match to be one of our esteemed speakers. Visit sabrinarunbeck.com/guests with an S. Together, let's redefine success for your business and make a meaningful difference in healthcare. Now let's return to the rest of our show. Exactly. And just like what Chloe is saying, she has a multiple background from variety of wellness, franchising, and even just medical clinics on how to build up what that organization should look like from a brand marketing and the whole entire client journey. And sometimes people just get busy doing things and never thought about there's a process, there's a strategy. When you don't have a process strategy, when you're not documenting, when you're not measuring, you cannot figure out what is successful. And when you ask people, what's your profit margin for the past 6 months? If people can't tell you that, and that's not really a business. And I always think about people needed to be intentional. Otherwise, you're playing a hobby instead of truly being a leader of creating a true solution that should be a market leader. And that's so crucial for all of us to remember. And our goal is for people to understand you, your gift, your solutions, and for you to be able to step back and have your 4 weeks long vacation while everything run like a clockwork. And until you can do that, you don't truly have a business. You have a playground, and we need to make sure you can grow and scale sustainably. It's not longer about working longer hours, working harder. It's about working more intentionally with the right people, with the right strategy to be able to truly synchronize everything together. So much to uncover. The next 6 episodes, we will be featuring each of our award winners to showcase their solutions. And we can't wait for all of the best luck and seeing the major growth for each of the founders and the companies. Make sure to follow us on LinkedIn, Postpoint Path, and check us out at postpointpath.com. If you're at the place that you wanted to figure out, am I at a place that I wanted to have Postpoint Path's board to evaluate my company, really put me on the right roadmap, right? Giving you the right pathway to follow instead of doing the zigzagging. And we're happy to have a conversation with you. Go to postpointpath.com/apply to book your quick 15-minute call, and we'll expand our network. Even if it's not with us, we can definitely find you some people that can help point you in the right direction. Any last words from Chloe or Dr. Bryant before we wrap up?
I will say strategy. Strategy should be first, and it should be woven through every part of your business, and that's one of the things we focus on here. I think we all have strategy first mentality, and if it's done right, strategy is quiet but extremely impactful. So that's my last PSA for everybody.
Thank you, Sabrina. I think, when I got into the medical field, specifically when I got the MD, servicing others was always the foundation and the purpose of doing it. It was an easy sell for me at a higher level. And this, being a part of this partnership with the two of you, in addition with our advisors of experts and professionals who are good at what they do, this is just icing on the cake to allow me to continue to service others. So I am more than proud and excited. And I hope that anybody who's listening to this will take advantage, at the very least, check out our website and understand what it is that we do. Take our predictive index, anything that we have that's available to you as a service, and give us an opportunity to have a conversation. I think you'll be impressed.
Awesome. For anybody who actually wanted to simply say, hey, I just wanted to check it out and not do too much, we do have an impact quotient quiz. So you can go through the 12 area of business and assess where you are in your true impact of the work that you're providing right now. And you can find that on our website. Imagine holding the key that not only unlocks the potential of your health tech innovation, but catapults it into the limelight. That key? Awards. Far from mere accolades, awards are the lifeblood of visibility and credibility in the bustling healthcare industry. Here's what we unpack today. Number 1, elevating innovation. Awards spotlight your breakthrough, inviting the world to see the value you bring. Number 2, cementing trust. They are stamps of approval, boosting your venture's credibility and drawing in clients and partners. Number 3, amplifying your message. Leveraging these wins in your marketing to tell a compelling story of your mission and impact. Number 4, forging connections. Awards open doors to invaluable networks, partnerships, and growth opportunities. Number 5, building a legacy. Beyond immediate recognition, they lay the groundwork for lasting authority in health tech. We're eager to hear how awards have shaped your journey. Share your story in LinkedIn, tag me, Sabrina Runbeck, and let's explore how these accolades can redefine success in healthcare technology. Now, I want to ask you, which award transformed your path, or which one you're going to apply?
Thank you for tuning in to Provider's Edge podcast. We hope you enjoy our latest episode and found the insights and tips helpful. We'd love to hear your feedback on the show and learn what topics you'd like us to cover in the future. So please take a moment to leave us a review on your favorite podcast platform and let us know what you think. Your feedback is essential to help us improve the show and provide you with the content you need to take your healthcare business to the next level. Thank you for your support, and we look forward to hearing from you soon.